Hello guys and welcome back. Now this is something that I didn't do and I thought I did. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the mirror sets, detail sets. And there was a question that was actually in the deal. So this is for Chris and any of you that are deciding you want to know more about these details and the rivets and everything else. I'm going to show you what they are. This is the finished results of a lot of them. But the screws and everything else and everything that comes in. Now, some of this will have to be doctored up, of course, because of the hatch line. It's not a problem. But what I'm telling you guys here now is that all these screws and details that go into this, like the real jet, and all these rivets are actually Oracal vinyl, and it's you use Aurafoil. This is the application tape that comes with the kit. It works amazingly well. You can use it for actually just about everything else. However, I'm finding that this works the best for putting the rivets on. The rivets come in a sheet of these are the rivets. And these come out with there's about 1,000 per sheet, okay? And you just lift them, they're already pre-spaced. You draw your lines on it, like right in here. You'll see like pencil lines where some go, and you just lay them out. You got to kind of go and decide on what these are going to look like, if you want them perfect or not. I don't, because I want it to look like it's been worked on. They lend themselves really good for details that you put in with panel lines like these that are screwed in panels. And they do look, when they're painted, they look like real screws. And the rivets look amazing. And they're silver so that when you do your weathering, you can actually pull some material off of them and they stay silver. Now, you will get a sheet of details that is going to, like this here, and they're clearly marked. And basically what you will get is all these nodulars that you will actually take, and these are all your panels and things that you'll put, and they're actually orientated correctly. This is the bottom of the left side wing. They all are completely labeled and everything else. Now another thing that can be done too is that I have a lot of details yet to do, but they go on the wings. And I got some that go on the tail planes that I just have not done yet. But all of the panels are actually there, okay? And I'm still installing pieces and this and that. And you want to just double check them, make sure that you're using lines and the actual panel lines and this and that and measuring them off. I use a micrometer and I use them. Now, when you get this set, you will get the detailed drawing from Mirror Sets. And they're about, I forget how much they were. These, I think, with all the extra screws, because I actually asked for more rivets. I like to put in lots and lots of rivets. So I bought 20,000, I don't even remember, because the whole complete package deal on the kit and this and that, well, there came out to roughly, oh gosh, I don't even remember. But anyway, the main thing about all this is that you'll get all of the main details, not all of them, but you will get the main ones. And they can also be used for stencils for making raised panels, such as if you want to use them for the correct size for doors, put in here and then have hatches that go on them. They work good. If you look on my Facebook, you'll see I use the Mirror Sets for actual patterns for blisters in the wings of my Spitfire. They worked extremely well because they were the right size. And so, with these, this will actually give you more detail for this jet than you probably thought you really wanted to put in. And it doesn't look like much, but it really is. And sometimes with this stuff, less is more, because with panel lines and everything else going, the main pieces and parts are there. Like the handles here, the steps are in. Of Of course, this is where I installed my latch release for the actual canopy. And so I think one of the biggest things here is just going through and getting it. You want to use, if you're going to need more screws, you know you're going to for certain panels. A lot of times you won't know until you can get the panel lines down. But this set actually does in fact open up all the doors, and it is dead nuts accurate. I mean, that's the way the real one is. When you look down at it, they look like real panels. And I just go on and they're already done to the scale. But they are. And they're done for this model. And you can use them for the other models in different locations. But make sure that when you're doing this that you're double checking your drawings, because the A model is totally different from the H or the F. Panel lines are totally different. It'll look weird if you go out there and you try to figure this out and putting all these panels in. So be very careful of what you're looking at. And yes, you could do these, actually physically do them with flight metal, but I will use a little bit of it in certain areas, because there are other things like the gun camera that goes right here. It doesn't come in the kit, even though that the camera access door is underneath it. There is a camera access door for it, but the gun camera is not in there, and it's a really tricky one to do, so we'll make that. There's also a couple little pieces over here. There's two latches that go where the APU is, right there, and I will actually make those out of flight metal and add those on. There's a couple little pieces that are not in there. There's a small static discharge line that goes right out here, and I'll put that in as well. And so there are quite a few different little things that go in here that need to go in, but it's really up to the builder, and it's really going to be up to the builder on what you decide. But you want to make sure that you're coinciding with all the panel lines that go into that. This is an area that's extremely highly riveted. There's a lot of rivets here, but there's not a lot in the back, but there are a lot of things and screws and things that go in the back in there. So, excuse me. I have had bronchitis for the last few days, and it's driving me crazy. But anyway, I think one of the big things is that there are things there. There's things you can add. Some will need to be cut down and to make them even more right. But I think one of the biggest things is whether you're building a mirror sets or not, these are what got me to build this jet, believe it or not, because my Spitfire turned out amazing. It was a contender to be in. Top Gun was expected to be there. And the reason for it was all the rivets I did on that is the same procedure I'm using on this one. I am going through, I'm looking at things, I'm staggering lines, I'm looking at everything very carefully. So there are a lot of things you'll see, and these rivets are perfect size. They lend themselves to just a lot of really great and wonderful things for cladding. Like that's on the real jet, that looks neat. I mean, got a little bit more to do there, but these are all little things. And I think one of the biggest deals with that is that they do not come off once they're on there. I mean, once you got them stuck, they're not. You're going to need a squeegee. You don't have to get them wet. They're very nicely stabilized with that stuff. So I would invite everybody to kind of take a really good hard look at the mirror sets, detail sets. If you have not already, he makes them for a variety of other airplanes. He makes them for Zeroli, he does the P-47, he does the Spitfire, he does, God, there's tons of the Wildcat, everything. They'll work for Jerry Bates or anything you want to do, as long as the scale is a fifth or a quarter. Make sure you let him know what it is. Also, he will do the paint mask if he knows what size they are. You know, I measured them, and I measured them off the model to get this completely right and correct, and it's not that difficult to do. So anyway, I'll leave you with that thought, and that's what I'm using for my detail sets, is a mixture of a little bit of everything. And the reality of it is the stuff turns out looking really amazing. And if you're not real comfortable with flight metal, which I'm not, I wouldn't ever do a whole airplane because I don't know, to me, I just don't get along with the stuff very well. So I use the vinyl, and I've had very good results with it and am getting good results with this. And as you can see, it makes the detail process go a whole lot faster and a lot better. And it will, you'll have a 100% succession rate with it. You just got to remember to keep it clean, and with a lot of denatured alcohol and this and that, you want to make sure that everything that you're doing on here is working to your advantage. And again, I'm kind of weathering this jet as I go, so I'm not trying to make too many things too perfect, because when I weather it, I want some dents and I want some mistakes in it and this and that. I want it to look like it was well used. When I go to do the wash on it, I want it to look like it's filthy dirty. So, and that's my plan, is to make my war machine. So anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.